Alright, I just wanted to take this video to show, well, talk about what Sebastian was like when I first saw him. This is not his cage here. This is the cage that he was in when I first saw him. He can't even open his wings all the way inside of this cage. I think it's a little less than 2 feet wide, and he's a big bird. All right, and this is what he was in, and he could escape. So the person had to bolt this close, all the food doors, and he had to chain the door shut, and he had this wire on the tray to keep the tray from coming out. The water, you had to put your hand in, unscrew a thing to change the water and the food. And whenever I went over there, his water looked like vomit. It looked and smelled like vomit. The entire cage was plastered with poop. The door here was dripping with poop. The entire cage was green because instead of pooping inside of it, he would hang on the outside and he would poop outward. And it caused the whole cage to be just plastered with foul smelling. It smelled like rotten vomit poop. He had one perch in this cage and it was wobbly, and I would see him perching on his food bowl and I wondered why. I reached in and I put my hand on the perch and he couldn't hardly even walk on it. It was so unstable. So I put my hand in and screwed it on tight, and he tried to step up on my arm, and that's when I knew that he was a good bird. And I'll show you where he is now. All right, buddy. You want to go back? Here, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll never put you in there. Come on. Here. You want to go back? It's okay. I'm not going to put you inside. You want to go back to your big room? Don't worry. It's okay. I'm not going to put you back in there. I promise. I promise. Here, buddy. He knows this cage. It's okay. I won't put you back in there. We're going to go back to the room. Okay? I promise you. I promise you. Oh, here. Oh, that's going to be wobbly. That's going to be wobbly. Good. Good. Okay. You never, ever have to go back in there. I promise you. This is where he is now. And I was a little hesitant to show that. Number one, because I knew it was going to scare him to see that horrible cage again. But number two, because I don't want to hurt the person that was taking care of him. But that person doesn't want me to keep him and wants to take him back to where he used to be, in this person's basement, where he didn't even get food and water every day. And every time I went over there, his water was almost completely gone, and it was disgusting. And here he gets fresh fruit and vegetables and pellets every single day. His cage is always clean. His cage is big enough for him to open his wings and flap them. I've trained him to come out because at first he would just hide up in this cage and shut down and shiver in terror. But as you can see in this video, he steps up for me despite seeing things that were very triggering for him. And I'll do anything to keep him from being back in that environment. I have vet paperwork, because I took him to the vet immediately, that said that he was a number 2 out of 5 as far as being skinny. You could feel his bones when you held him. And his nails were so long he could hardly walk. They were curling under. They're still long, but they're getting better. And he had very little energy. You know, he wasn't getting fed enough. His water was always disgusting. And he didn't have any kind of supplements or nutrients. And the food that he did get was stored in open containers in the basement. Like, it could open to contamination from anything in the environment with a dozen other birds. And so I just want to show what his old cage looked like and say what I saw, just in case I ever need to fight to keep him.